Don't tell me that my freaking allergies are about to act up on me. But whether they do or not, hello. So this is technically my first clip and my first official podcast here on YouTube. So for those of you that don't know who the hell is this guy, my name is Steven. Well, I go by Steven. My full name is Stevenson Joel Rincon Batista. If you want to Google it, I don't think you're going to find much of it. But I go by Steven or, oh, excuse me, I go by Steven or Joel, whichever you feel most comfortable with. And I am a self proclaimed boundary hoe. So just to give a little bit of, what can I say? Just to give a little bit of an insight of where this boundary hug comes from. So, you know what? I have an amazing idea. Let me just read to you my about on my website. One second. It really does help me a lot whenever I can just like, you know, read it. Um, but yeah, not trying to make this 100% perfect. I hope it comes through perfect to you guys, but as long as you get the message that I'm trying to convey, I'll feel like I'll be winning. So, where this really started, right? I was born in September. I mean, I'm gonna leave the date and year there for you to go see it. I'm not gonna say it here. I am Venezuelan. My uncle used to say that I was born a silver spoon kid or a golden boy. I have everything imaginable: branded clothes, the best toys on the block, three nannies. I mean, I'm telling you, like, kids will come play with me, not just because I'm cool, because I'm always been cool, but I have, yeah, like, again, my mom was a sharp, capable woman who should have been an investigator. My dad, on the other hand, was a 17-year-old party boy with no clue how to take care of himself, let alone a child. Lucky me. By the time I was 4, the floor dropped. My grandmother lost her job, so did my mom. We lost the apartment. By 6, we were living in a 4 by 4 room on a land that my mom built herself. No bathrooms, no paved streets, showering over a plastic tub. She chose that. Hard freedom over a situation that made her feel small. I didn't know the language then, but that was my first boundary that I learned. She chose a very small room over staying somewhere that cost her everything. My dad was around in the way water damages around. You don't always see it, but the structure does pay for it. On my first birthday, my mom was sick. She gave my dad money and a plan. So instead of McDonald's and the mall, he took me to an adult bar and gambled all the money on horse race with his cousin while I was sitting next to him with an orange juice. You know, he probably thought I will not remember this, but I do. That was the very first time I actually saw my father the way he is. When I was 10, I grew my last Santa letter. I asked for a sibling. I got a baby brother, or so I thought. Then I became his second parent at 11. While my mom recovered from postpartum depression so severe she told my grandma she did not want to be with us. Sorry. Years later in therapy, I said something to my therapist that she called a breakthrough. I said I wanted a brother and I got a son. That's not something that I say for effects. It is literally just what happened. Um, there was more. Like I have, yeah, betrayal when I was 16. A letter from my father starting, because of Joel, our family is broken. Coming out at 18, moving to the US for love, medical crisis I won't fully describe here, recovery, mental recovery. Boundary Hall didn't come from a workshop or wellness train. It became for 30 years of carrying things that were never mine and finally learning how to put them down. So that's my introduction. That's who I am. That's where I come from. Now, what's the topic today? I actually have a really interesting topic that I guess is still kind of developing. If I care to, mm, if I care to wait, maybe I'm not sure. I mean, yeah, it is still under development because we still haven't received a response from the other side. But long story short, I recently read The Gift of Imperfection. It's a book by Brené Brown, one of my idols and heroes, I will say, because of her research on vulnerability and shame. I It's not just that I idolize her; it's that her research has served me to understand me, to understand my vulnerability and why I am the way that I am, understand my compassion as well. And then in addition to that, I also am still reading the Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. I am very inspired. I mean, this Let Them Theory is not a book that you can just grab and just like, no. Like, what I'm telling you that is a lot in there for you to see. Oh my God, you must. I advise you this. And actually, the story that I'm about to tell, it is still on development, does have to do with me putting in practice what I have learned from both these ladies. That, my goodness, they have changed my life so far, and I can feel it already. So what happened? Let's go with that. In terms of vulnerability, I am I am somebody who have always struggled with identity. Again, I grew up in a very machismo environment, and it was hard to be myself. It was very hard to be myself up to till I was 18. But even after I was 18, even after I came out, you can actually read my coming out story on my website. I posted it as a tribute to Pride Month, but it's right there. And so even with that, like I've always struggled with liking me, or being proud of how I look or anything like that, which I guess is part of why I'm always motivated to go work out, try to look good and all that stuff. But I still struggle with, you know, showing myself as I am and as I like to be, till I read The Gift of Imperfection, until I fill myself up with the Lipton theory. So I finally decided. I did. Hey, you know what? Raise your hand if you ever took in a nude picture of yourself. Here, I am. I am guilty. I mean, it is what it is. Especially after I finally learned to start loving myself and start like appreciating, who I am, which is why, my baby girl is right here on myself. Um, but I did struggle, and even after I started embracing myself, I still was like, oh my God, I wish like people could see, like I look good. I like the way I look, and I am very proud of the workouts that I've done and all that, and I want to show it off. Why the hell not? Um, and so I did. I finally did. I built up the courage to post that photos or those photos that you know most people will say, "Oh no, I cannot even fathom to think about." I did, and I did it purposely. The courage that I got to post it came from testing. To be honest, and I hope Mel and Brené are looking at this. And if you guys are, thank you. You guys are heroes, and you should know that. I'm very appreciative of your research, of your findings, and of your success. And thank you. So I posted the photo. Immediately, I started getting comments. I have a friend that said, "You look great." I mean, the dopamine was hitting. I was like, "Yes, girl, what the fuck? I look good." Cool. So you do. I mean, I just mentioned a little bit briefly the interaction with my dad, right? Like that's when I tell you that he's just present like water damage is present. Well, that might actually resonate with you after I tell you this. We haven't really spoke in a while. The last time I actually sent him a text was right when I went into my IOP program last year on September 2025. I went into the program, and I'm telling you, immediately as soon as I started the program, within the first few days, same week, I started feeling the healing begin. So much that I decided to finally reach out after 3 years of not talking to him at all. I was like, you know what? I am gonna reach out. Excuse me. I am gonna reach out because whether it is on his mind or it's not, I want him to know that I don't hate him. He's my dad. He will always be my dad. That's never gonna change, no matter how much wishes I scream to my universe. He is always going to be my dad. I am very appreciative of the fact that he played a role on bringing me to this world. And so that on his own, he has made it even enough to have him be part of my life. Anyways, so yeah, um, so on 2025, I'd send him a text message telling him that I don't hate him. I don't want him to think that I hate him. I just don't understand him. And I told him I am starting treatment at a mental facility where they are helping me work the traumas of my past. And yes, you are one of them. I don't want to come back and, talk and like nothing happened. No, because it is still more the same. And so I sent that the message on September 2025, and we haven't really spoke since then. He did reply to it. His response was really touching and appreciative, and I put a heart on it so that he knows that, I love what he shared. Um, and yeah, we didn't speak since then. Well, my picture seemed to have risen a lot of discomfort around him. And he posted a comment on that picture. I'm gonna paraphrase it because it was in Spanish, but he basically said that because of how old I am, he doesn't think that I should be posting that type of photos, that I should respect myself and my people. Listen, look, you heard what I said earlier, right? He is around the way water damage is around. You don't always see it, but the structure pays for it. When I tell you that comment filled me up with shame, but most importantly, with a lot of hell of an anger. Oh my God, I was here on the couch, laying down like that son of a bloody what the how dare that was literally me. That was absolutely me last night. What changed? I'll tell you what I changed. I was able, and I am so proud of it. And the reason why I want to do it today is because today is the day that I'll get there. Last night, I actually grabbed my coping skills like, I don't know, like Rose was holding of Jack on that freaking table on the Titanic. That's how much I was holding on my coping skills. It's just an example for me to, exaggerate. I'm not really even exaggerate. Like I was literally like, what the hell? What the hell? Like I was grabbing and trying to get my coping skill. And so the one that came to mind, luckily, and Mel, dude, what the hell? Thank you. Because the one that came to mind immediately, because I am still reading it, was the let them theory. And so I said, let them. I repeated let them like at least 10 times in a row, minimum. Like I was like, let them, let them, let them, let them. I was like choking up on it because of how angry I was. I was like, let them, let them, let them, let them, let them. I let it. Somewhat I calmed myself down a little bit, and then I said, let me. And I breathe up, breathe out. I repeated it, let me. The third time that I said let me, I said, let me calm down. Let me not react to this. Let me sit with this feeling right now. Let me sleep it off. And we'll see tomorrow what we do. Somewhat, I was able to actually had a good night's sleep. I slept very good. And then when I woke up, I was still in bed and it was way past my wake up time. I already said 9 o'clock to be the latest I should be out of bed. And it was already 11. Not because I was sleeping, because actually I was awake by 9. But I just felt this heaviness on me that I couldn't move. And then I was suddenly laying down there and I was like, okay, why, it's already 11. Why have I not getting up? What's going on with me? And suddenly it clicked. I was like, oh, okay. So this is the aftermath of dealing with anger and shame. So when anger and shame come together with you, in the moment you are with them. But what you're gonna feel after is sadness, or maybe disappointment, or maybe both of them together. Excuse me. I felt sad and disappointed. I felt sad because I am here honoring myself, honoring and loving my body, And I felt disappointed because I realized that nothing has changed. That he saw an attack much more worthy than trying to make our relationship better. And I was like, oh no, 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 no. Okay, okay, it's valid. It's valid. It's valid for me to be sad. Yeah, it is completely valid. What I'm not gonna allow is to let it bring me back to where I was before. So let's go ahead and get back to those freaking coping skills. Okay. So my main coping skill is journaling. I'm actually writing my own memoir right now, and I was like, "Where's my iPad? Wait, hold on. Where's my iPad? I need this. I have my little keyboard and all that." I was like, "All right, let's go ahead and start typing." The first thing that I say when I start typing is, "I am not gonna make this to send it to him." That's the first thing that I say. I'm not gonna send this. I'm just literally just letting this sadness come out of me on words so that I can finally let go and start my day. As I'm typing, I get this huge, huge flashback of me always being the one trying to keep the peace, always me being the one trying to please everybody. I probably would have put that picture down immediately as soon as he commented that. The only thing I did was hide his comment because I didn't want to see it. But I went back to like the small kid shrinking and not speaking up. I went back to, you know, that feeling. And then suddenly it was like an out of body experience. Like, bitch, no, you should definitely tell him something, okay? You're gonna do it the way that we already learned how to do it. Boundaries. And not just boundaries, we're gonna use compassion to send him that response. So I'm gonna read to you what I sent. Wait, hold on. And I actually need to, I am going to have to translate it. Yeah, 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 yeah. So I am going to have to translate it, and I'm gonna live translate it. So I said this. Excuse me. So I said, Father, I hope you are fine. I hope you're well. In the event that my last post have offended you, I apologize. I did not post this for you or for my people, as you said, quote unquote. I posted this for me, and I posted it with the utmost respect that I have towards myself, towards the self love that I work so hard to cultivate, because I finally feel safe and great on my own skin. Your comment hurt because it was a reminder of our unfortunate interaction as family that we always had. But I also now understand you didn't do it to be malicious. You did it from your capacity. Yeah, you did it from your capacity of understanding the word respect. I am not old. I'm an adult. like you. And as an adult, and with the utmost respect, I want to tell you, I want to suggest that in the future, if you have a comment, a negative comment towards anything that I post on my social media, I invite you to share it in a private manner via direct message, or simply keep it to yourself. I do not need more negative words from you. I do not need more punches to my self-esteem, especially punches from you. If you want to be the father I deserved, you can start by supporting without judging. If that is too difficult for you to do, at the very least, keep those comments to yourself. And don't worry, I have myself to love, to appreciate, to respect, to honor my life and myself. Your support and love will be ideal, but at this point in my life, it's no longer necessary. I love you and respect you, and I can finally say this without resentment and understanding. Wait, hold on. I love you and respect you, and I can finally say this without resentment, with understanding, and with a lot of love. Have a nice day. Yep, that long. And yep, he has it on his inbox. I am not even gonna, I'm not gonna lie. I do want to know what he wants to say. I hope he responds, but I am not going to entertain more negativity. You know, like it says right here, if it's not for me, don't pick it up. Don't pick that shit up. And so I am choosing not to pick up whatever he has in mind. And so that is the power of boundaries. Now the next step is gonna be up to him whether he wants to really be part of my life. And if he does, he now know how to. Like, no, I am not your kid anymore to be correcting me. You lost the chance to correct me and to tell me or teach me what respect is. You lost it. Time made sure that, that was out of the window. You don't have grounds to teach me a better way. And if anything, you are probably judging from your side. But I do love you. I do love you because thanks to you, I can breathe. Thanks to thanks to the unfortunate mistakes that you made as I grew up, I became this person that I am now. And I love this person that I am. I've never been happier. I really never been happier. I feel like I am finally taking care of the one person nobody took care of ever. And the one person that took care of everyone. And I'm very, very proud of that. And this is why I wanted to make this video today. Because this happened today. I felt like when I sent that message, all the resentment that I had left with it. And I'm just excited. I have an excitement that I can't even begin. It's now on his course. His next step is gonna be up to him. And so yeah, that's the story that happened. I'll probably update you guys on whatever happens after. Whether he respond or not, we'll see. Maybe maybe he'll make an appearance, maybe not. We'll see what happens. But I am gonna keep being my authentic self, whether people like it or not. Because I'm done apologizing. I'm done, you know, putting others before me. Now it's me first, me second, me third, and a this is actually a saying from my grandma. And the grandma that I'm talking about is his mother, my dad's mom. She usually and always have said, first eye, second eye, third eye, and fourth we'll see. So you know what? I'm gonna take a page from my grandma and say the exact same thing. First eye, second eye, third eye, and then we'll see. To Mel and Burnett, thank you so much for your work, your dedication to human behavior, and for that amazing or those amazing books that you guys have. I am very much appreciative of every single one of those words that you guys share. And it works. To everybody else, look, go to my website. You can go to my book club section on my website and see all the books that I have read. And you can find Burnett and the Let Them Theory. Burnett with the gift of imperfection. I am actually coming into common ground, um, which is the latest book that she has. And then obviously the Let Them Theory. Fabulous books. So that's the end of this tonight. I'll have another story later, as usual. And as I always say on my podcast, be kind, take care of you, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.